I suppose I'm allowed to mention names. I cannot stand Alex Ferguson. I had a paper sent to me, and it showed my grandson, and Alex Ferguson says, "If I lose, it'll be because of David Elleray." I thought, how could anybody be so cold?
The normal referee, nobody knows where he lives. They know where he lives. And, of course, that brings its own dangers.
I live at the moment with Home Office alarms in my house because of death threats made to me after matches last season, which were taken so seriously by the police that I can now press a button and have every police car within 10 miles come to my house instantly. That is the pressure we as referees live under, because that is how important the great game of football has become. Jeff, hi, David Elleray. No, they've given me an extension on my time as a housemaster and made me director of boarding, so I'm in charge of all the other boarding houses as well. Well, I'm not permitted to talk to you unless the Premier League give permission. And I've had a letter to that effect this week reminding me that
David Elleray is the spokesperson for Premiership referees, but ironically, he's not allowed to speak to reporters. The world of refereeing is a closed and secretive place. The recent headlines about anarchy on the pitch have not pleased the football authorities.
I think there are problems because everybody in the game is under huge pressure. There's a huge amount at stake in terms of money. And that pressure causes people to snap on occasions. And there is a need for strong discipline.
Roy Keane has the fuse here and a real explosion of emotion.
It's now down purely to the referee's interpretation of what he saw.
Elleray at 45 is the best-known referee in England.
He's off. Keane is sent off.
For the last 8 years, he's refereed glamorous and decisive club matches in Britain and Europe. Refereeing has taken him to international matches around the world.
Here we go! Well, another red card. Dunga can't believe it.
And then there's his day job in one of England's top public schools.
Carlton, would you like to go and put on the arrows for insolation? What happens to insulation without looking at your notes? I came to Harrow in 1977 as a geography master. Although I'd been to a state school myself, I was attracted to the public school world, and it's just emerged to be the most fantastic place to work, and I've over a career of over 20 years. Evening, come on. Yeah. I've got evidence now. Light energy, we decided, didn't we?
Elleray is also a housemaster at Harrow, where he's in charge of a house of 60 boys. Recently, he was made director of boarding, responsible for the school's 790 boarders.
Where's your hat?
It's at Maxwell's.
I'll get it otherwise next time. I think housemastering is probably the best job in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And I've been fortunate that Harrow has allowed me to referee. And that's helped me psychologically, because when I've hit a fallow period in refereeing, it's often been a period when I've gained promotion at Harrow. When I've hit a sort of fallow period at Harrow, it's been a period when I gained promotion in refereeing. So I've had two careers dovetailing in, side by side, very similar and very different.
Elleray's desire to pursue two careers makes him a figure of the past. The hugely commercial world that is football wants full-time professional referees dedicated to the game. Elleray knows he's one of the last of the amateur referees.
Chapel. Do you think it's worth having a sort of chapel attendance book? Well, there's a whole load of people who don't go to chapel legitimately anyway. can do that? At least I can check and see who are the frequent missers. Mr. Bell, do join me in my study. If, when you're talking to me now, I decided that I would sit like that, you would regard that as rude?
Yes, sir.
So why do you do it when the chaplain's preaching?
That's the chaplain.
There's a sort of superficial feeling that referees are like school teachers, the worst school teachers who just tell people off and are a bit power crazy.
Please, can I get some money out?
Yeah. How much?
£2, please.
I mean, occasionally I get a bit of stick about my accent, and I'm sort of teased in refereeing circles as being known as the Lord Elleray, the aristocratic referee or whatever.
Thank you very much.
OK. Could you put that on the board for Charlie Orman Brown?
OK, sir.
Please, thank you. And shoes?
Yes, I'm buying some polish today.
What a good idea. I can remember a senior referee when I was probably a Football League linesman saying that I'd never get to the top of the referee because I had too posh a voice. I needed to have a rough accent and swear at players because that's what the players were like. In the end, on the field, it's how you referee, not how you speak. I always take 2 sets of every kit, just in case something rips or breaks, but also in case we get one of those horrendous downpours at half-time. Exactly the same order, exactly the same way, partly routine, and I think routine gives you security. It also means that when you're a busy person, if you're used to doing everything in the same order, you're far less likely to forget something. I was once on the bus from the long-term car park at Heathrow to the plane when I realised I hadn't packed any shorts, which was a slightly delicate moment in my international career.
It's 4 in the afternoon. David Elleray has been teaching all day.